Manatee County deputies and Bradenton police locked down Bayshore High School today.
SNN Samantha Sonner joins us live in studio for the story. Sam?
Thanks, guys. If you were walking or driving near Bayshore High today, you may have heard the sound of gunfire and seen dozens of law enforcement vehicles. But this was all for a good reason.
They've read all the policies, they've done all the drills, but hearing gunshots really tests the reaction of school administrators.
Having to actually listen to the gunfire and all of the other things that they have happen, you know, it just becomes more of a reality because it's not something that you experience every day.
Bayshore High Principal Wendell Butler was one of 200 Manatee school officials and administrators who went through the active shooter training in order to test how the district's policies hold up in a real-life scenario.
They went through 2 scenarios. We used blank ammunition. We had some mock explosions go off and stuff. We set off the fire alarm, things like that, and really gave them the sense of what it would be like as close to a real-life active shooter scenario.
It's hard to read a policy or a standard operating procedure and know how you're going to react. But when that sound is going off right outside your classroom, this provided our principals and other leaders the opportunity to really feel it, to sense it.
Even though everyone participating was expecting gunfire, School Board Chair Dr. Scott Hopes says when the shots went off, the anxiety was real. Principal Butler says the burden becomes heavy.
For me, the amount of time it takes for me to orient myself to the situation, to be able to get my administrative staff, my critical response team into a position where we need to react and making the appropriate decisions.
This training was to test school administrators, not law enforcement.
So now our teachers have to understand threat assessment and they have to look for warning signs and things like that. And the one thing I think the biggest thing they need to do is be real with themselves and know if a real life scenario happens, what can I expect from myself as a response?
In order to give law enforcement as much time as possible to take down the shooter.
You don't know how you're going to respond in a high stress situation until you're put in a high stress situation, so it gave them the opportunity to do that in a controlled environment.
Reporting in Manatee County, I'm Samantha Sonner, SNN, the Suncoast News Network.
Even though this training wasn't testing law enforcement, Manatee County Sheriff's Office says the response from school resource officers on scene was excellent.
So Samantha, what's going to be the difference with Manatee County schools when it comes to elementary schools and security?
Well, they are planning on moving toward the Guardian program, but today's training did cause some officials to say maybe we should take a second look at that, and we are going to continue following this story tomorrow, so we will discuss more of the details on that.
So potentially more to come then?
Yes, definitely more to come.
It's scary too, I'm sure, like you said, the anxiety was real, even though you know it's a drill. You know, you hear the gunshots and whether they're fake or real, it's still, I'm sure.
Yeah, so that definitely hit the administrators hard today.
All right, Samantha, thank you so much for that report.
All right, thanks guys.